Hello students, my name is Pragati Misra. In our last video, we were discussing about the standard forms which are used to solve a non-linear PDE. Today we will discuss a new topic that is known as Charpit's method. This is also used to solve the non-linear partial differential equation. Before starting today's video, I want to tell you that all the problems which are solved by the standard form that can also be solved by Charpit method, but it is little complicated. It has a little complicated formula, so sometimes students forgot it. So we use the standard forms because they are very easy. So firstly, we will discuss what is the formula. Consider the PDE, which is the function of x, y, z, p and q is equals to 0. Then the complete solution, complete integral or complete solution is obtained by following equations. And the equation is dp by dpa f by dpa x plus p dpa f by dpa z is equals to dq by dpa f by dpa y plus q dpa f by dpa z is equals to dz upon minus p dpa f by dpa p minus q dpa f by dpa q is equal to dx upon minus dpa f by dpa p is equal to dy by minus dpa f by dpa q is equal to df by 0. Firstly, we put firstly we write the given function and then differentiate it with respect to x, y, z, p and q, and then we put it into these equations, and after taking two pairs we can solve it. Generally we can solve all the problems with these two pairs only. So we have to learn this to solve any non-linear PDE with the help of Charpit's method. So we will take some examples so that this concept become more clear to you. So this is our first example, x into p square plus q square is equals to zp. Now you can see this is present in this cannot be solved by any standard form because this is not the function of p q or only or p q x y only or p q x y z only. So we will apply here Charpit's method because this cannot be solved by the standard form. But all the questions that were solved by the standard form, that can also be solved by Charpit method. But converse is not necessarily true. So you have to remember that you have to remember this formula always. So firstly we write the given non-linear PDE as a new function, that is f. So we can write it as f is equivalent to xp square plus xq square, and we are taking this term on this side, so this becomes minus zp. Now this is our new function. We differentiate it with respect to x partially, y partially, p partially and z partially. Then we can get all the solutions and then we put it into the given Charpit's equation so that we can find the complete integral. Now if we differentiate it with respect to x partially, then we get p square plus q square. Since there is no term of y, so we cannot differentiate it partially with respect to y. Now we differentiate it with respect to p. Then we get 2px, the differential of this, minus z. Now if we differentiate it with respect to q partially, then we get 2qx only. And if we differentiate it with respect to z, then we get only minus p. So now we got all the derivatives for this function. Now we put the given derivatives in the Charpit's auxiliary equation. So I have written already the Charpit's auxiliary equation. We can solve this question by these two ratios only, so we need only these two. Firstly we put the values. So firstly we write dp upon dpa f by dpa x. So the value of dpa f by dpa x is p square plus q square plus p multiplied with dpa f by dpa z, that is equals to minus p. So this becomes in this way. Now dq upon dpa f by dpa y. Since dpa f by y, the term of y was not present, so dpa f by dpa y becomes 0. So we can put here 0 plus q, and dpa f by dpa z was minus p. So this is minus p again. Now if we take these two ratios, we can solve this question easily. So what we can write in the next step, dp upon p square plus q square minus p square is equal to dq upon minus pq. Now p square get cancelled by p square and we get dp upon q square is equals to dq upon minus pq. Q get cancelled by q, so we get only dp by q is equals to dq by minus p. Now this equation can be solved by variable separable method. So if we apply that, then we get p dp is equal to minus q dq. Or if we take it at one side, then this becomes p dp plus q dq is equals to 0. Or after solving, we can also write it as p square plus q square is equals to a square. Now we got the value of p square plus q square. So we use here equation number 1. Since we have p square plus q square in equation number 1, so we can put at the place of p square plus q square a new constant, that is a square. So after putting it, the equation 1 becomes x a square is equals to zp. At the place of p square plus q square, I have written a square. So this is the solution. Now we can find the value of p from here, and p is equal to x a square by z. Since in the solution we know that the solution is p dx plus q dy. So we have to find the value of p and q separately, so that we can put and solve to find the general solution or complete integral. Now after solving, what we get, x p square plus q square is equal to a square. After solving the equation by Charpit form, we got this value. So if we calculate the value of q from here, the q is equal to root of a square minus p square, and we have the value of p, so we can put it. So after solving, we can write it as a square minus x square a raised to power 4 by z square, and if we simplify this, we get a by z root of z square minus a square x square. This is nothing. Okay, so this is the value of q. Now we have the value of p and q, so we can write the general solution for this equation. So the general solution is dz is equals to p dx plus q dy. Now we'll put the value of p and q here. Then this equation becomes a square x by z into dx plus the value of q was a by z root of z square minus a square x square into dy, and that is equal to dz. Now if we take z at one side, then this becomes z dz is equal to a square x dx plus a root of z square minus a square x square into dy. Now if we take this term at this side, then this becomes z dz minus a square x dx is equal to a root of z square minus a square x square into dy. Now if we take this term at this side, then you can see that the integration of, if we take this term, firstly I should write, then I will tell you what is the condition. So z dz minus a square x into dx upon root of z square minus a square x square. So if we consider this term as t, then the integration of this term, the differentiation of this term is in the numerator. So we can solve it by integration. So and in the right side we are getting only a into dy. So after integrating, what we get, we just substitute z square minus a square x square as t, then the differentiation becomes 2z dz minus 2a square x dx is equals to dt, and if I take 2 at this side, the value of this term becomes dt by 2. So now I am going to put it. So this becomes dt by 2 root t is equals to a into dy. So now we can integrate it, and after the integration we get, so after integrating we get 1 by 2 into 2 root t is equals to a into y plus some integrating constant b. So if we simplify this, this is root t, and the value of t was z square minus a square x square. So we can write it as root of z square minus a square x square is equals to ay plus b. or if we square on both sides, then this becomes z square minus a square x square is equal to ay plus b raised to power 2. Now if we write it, then this becomes z square is equals to a square x square is plus ay plus b raised to power 2, and this is the required complete integral for the given equation. So the Charpit method is a little tough, but this method is very important to solve a non-linear PDE when we don't know about the standard forms. So you should always remember this. And now I will take our next example. I hope you understand this example. So this is our second example. Now if we see, then this equation can also be solved by the second standard form, because this is the function of p, q and z. But now I will tell you that this equation can also be solved by the Charpit's equation. So we see how to solve this equation by the Charpit's method. So if we write, then this function is equivalent to a new function, that is f, and that can be written as p square plus q square minus z square. Now we will take the derivative of this function with respect to p, q and z only, because that only 3 terms are present here. So if we differentiate it with respect to p, we get 2p, and if we differentiate it with respect to q, then we get 2q, and if we differentiate it with respect to z, then we get 2z, minus 2z, sorry. So this is minus 2z. Now we will put these values in the Charpit's equation so that we can solve, and the other derivatives become 0 because there are no terms of x, y. So the derivative of f with respect to x becomes 0 and derivative of f with respect to y becomes 0. Now the Charpit's auxiliary equation is, I have written only 2 ratios because this question can be solved by only these 2 ratios. So if we put the values of the derivatives in this equation, we get dp upon d by f by d by x is 0. So 0 plus, and the value of d by f by d by z is 2z, minus 2z. So this becomes minus 2z into p. And the value of this becomes dq by 0 plus q, and d by f by d by z is again minus 2z. So if we solve these 2 ratios, we can easily find the values. This equation can also be solved by the standard form, but I am going to use Charpit's method because this is the lecture of Charpit's equation. So what we get from here, dp upon p only, because 2z get cancelled by 2z, is equals to dq by q. Now if we solve it, we get log p is equals to log q plus some arbitrary constant log a. So what we get, p is equals to aq. Now we put this equation into the equation number 1. So if we put this value in equation number 1, then our equation number 1 is p square plus q square is equals to z square. So the equation 1 becomes a square into q square plus q square is equals to z square, because at the place of p we are putting aq. Now if we find the value of q from here, then this becomes q is equals to z by root of 1 plus a square, and the value of p was aq. So this can be written as az, because the value of q is z. So az upon root of 1 plus a square. Now we know the formula of general solution. So the general solution is dz is equals to p dx plus q dy. Now we are going to put the value of p and q in this equation. So this equation takes the form dz is equals to az dx upon root of 1 plus a square plus z into dy upon root of 1 plus a square. Now if we take the terms of z at one side, this becomes dz by z is equals to a dx plus dy by root of 1 plus a square. On integrating, we can easily find the solution. So on integration, this gives log z is equals to, this becomes ax plus y by root of 1 plus a square plus some integrating constant c. And this is the required general solution for the given non-linear PDE. I hope you guys understand today's video, and you understand the concept of Charpit's auxiliary equation and how to apply this method on any question. So remember this method always, and you should understand about the standard form as well. So if you want to know about the standard form, you can watch my previous videos, and I hope you are liking my content. So please subscribe my channel. Thank you.